Hey, it's Pamela coming on here today. It's been a while. It's been a pretty nice day. It's cloudy though. We had a really hot day the other day. Lots of snow here in Utah. People are concerned about flooding. But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk about being a teacher. You know, you can be a teacher without going to school. You can be a teacher by leading as an example. And you can teach people that don't want to learn something by an example. In my life, I realize a lot of people don't want to learn. I've realized a lot of people do want to learn. It's the ones that want to learn that you may not know. Because in order to learn, you have to be willing to accept the fact that there's something you don't know. And with that in mind, there becomes an openness. See, I put chia seeds in my drink. I've got like chia seeds in my mouth. I'll grab a water. But this openness to learn things that you will be able to actually share with others. And sometimes you're not even aware that you're sharing with others, but rather by example, okay? So it's up to us to know the difference. Just like you know some people really want to know something, but there's something holding them back. I know most of the time in my life it was fear that I couldn't do it. Or like my son Christopher says, the hardest thing to learn in mom is that it's easy. I remember him saying that. But for me, mostly it was either not exciting or rather boring, or I'm just not interested. It seems like a lot of the things that I wasn't interested in, I'm interested in now. The whys, the ifs, the fake, the real. You know, I wonder about this word fate. I ask myself, is fate God? Could he be my God, fate? Could fate be something that, of course, we're involved in? That we were destined for? That's powerful, unknown, that happens to people and they don't understand the whys of their fate? I know fate isn't really mystic, but I believe fate is very real in people's lives. It's very comforting for me to rest in fate. When I can't come up with any answers, or the whys, or the how comes, hurts, or love, or the whys again, I realize some things are fate. Other people's fate is what they've reaped and sowed and planted and harvested. Fate is good. Fate can also be very bad. Are we involved with fate? I would say yes. Could you seal your fate in love, joy, happiness, your behavior, your emotional state, your state of mind, how you perceive things? Of course, because everybody's fate is so different. My fate is absolutely God. It has to be. He knew when we were born, I believe, and he knows when we're going to die. So would that be fate? I guess if you read the Bible. Things don't just happen to happen. Things happen because of the life we live. But like I said, being a teacher is a wonderful thing. But the student has to be the student. Whether you know it or not, someone is learning. So that's Pamela's wisdom today, or knowledge, on what I perceive. But I wanted to read to you this little quote I have in this book that I've read this book, but I can't seem to find a page that is more satisfying to read than this. So I'm going to share it with who's ever listening, and I hope you enjoy it. And it goes something like this. Early one morning, I stopped to watch a colony of bees. A little intimidated by the frenzied motion and intense buzzing, I reminded myself that if I didn't poke my nose into their hive, I wouldn't get stung. If I chose to maintain a safe distance from a dangerous situation, I'd be fine. To me, that is exactly the lesson that detachment teaches. The choice is mine. When I sense that a situation is dangerous to my physical, mental, and spiritual well-being, I can put extra distance between myself and the situation. Sometimes this means I don't get too emotionally involved in a problem. Sometimes I may physically leave the room or end a conversation, and sometimes I try to put spiritual space between myself and another person's behavior. This doesn't mean I stop loving the person, only that I acknowledge the risks to my own well-being and make choices to take care of myself. Now I know how to end an argument by simply refusing to participate, to turn to my higher power, which could be God or whatever it is for you, for help with whatever I'm powerless to change, to say no when I mean no, and to step back from insanity rather than diving into it. Detachment is a loving gift I continue to give to myself and to others. And the last little quote is, if a man carries his own lantern, he need not fear darkness. Pretty cool, huh? So you can get this at Al-Anon. It's a really good book to read. Okay? I like it, Courage to Change. That's big. You know why you have the courage to change? Because you can learn. And when you learn, it's very powerful. Because why wouldn't you want to change and go in a better direction? So I hope I touched someone's heart today. And it's a good idea to... It's really a great decision and a good idea to learn something new and to actually change and not let others around you affect you to a point where you're not taking care of yourself. It's Miss Cool saying, peace. If I can do it, you can.